New at 6, a slew of brand new school threats plaguing the greater Atlanta area just days before Appalachia High School students return to class on Monday. A couple of new threats were made at schools today and more than 30 arrests in 17 different counties since the deadly school attack in Winder. And one of the first lines of defense to keep students safe are school resource officers. They work security, they do walkthroughs, they clear dangerous situations, address disruptive students, and report problems immediately.
Now, one Metro Atlanta school system is now going all in on security, assigning a resource officer at every school in Floyd County. Atlanta News First Chelsea Beimfohr is live at Pepperell High School in Lindale. That's 90 minutes northwest of Atlanta. Chelsea, they are looking at taking no chances up there in Floyd County.
Yeah, Carly, that's their goal, to eventually have a school resource officer stationed at every school in the district. Right now, the Floyd County Police Department says they have 8 officers assigned at various schools. The school district trying to recruit more of these officers and doing so by offering them more money. The school district also telling us this plan was already in the works, but now it's being expedited following that recent mass shooting at Appalachia High School.
As you know, technology changes, obviously we want to be able to change and adapt to that.
In recent years, Floyd County Schools has installed new fencing, updated their camera system, and added secure entry points to all 16 of their school campuses.
We have taken a lot of action in implementing safety procedures and guidelines.
They've also been in the process of hiring more school resource officers and are increasing their pay as an incentive. The district's goal is to have 1 officer stationed at each school, something that State Superintendent Richard Woods said this week that he's pushing for every school in Georgia to have, along with a crisis alert system similar to the one used during the recent mass shooting at Appalachia High School earlier this month.
So I had 26 alerts during the incident when it started. Within 5 minutes of the first alert going off, we had the suspect in custody.
Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith explained how the alert system created a fast response time for both law enforcement and EMS. Floyd County Schools spokesperson Brooke Brumbelow says district leaders are considering something similar, amongst other technology upgrades.
We want to have the answer for everything and just trying to figure out how we can better serve that. We're exploring all avenues and what we can do for our 16 campuses here.
The Floyd County Police Department is going to be handling the training for those school resource officers. The district says students could see some of those new officers in their schools as soon as next month. Reporting live in Floyd County, Chelsea Beimfohr, Atlanta News First.